Welcome to Real World Real Estate, where we will explore, examine, and explain the real process of buying or selling real estate. Here's your host, Stephen Clyde.
Good morning. This is Stephen Clyde with Team Clyde Realtors Remax Preferred, and we're coming to you with our market update on Real World Real Estate. This will be a report we'll give every Thursday on the current status of the market. We'll start at the national level and then work our way down. So we're going to talk about a discrepancy in the numbers because they're a little deceiving. If you look at the National Association of Realtors economic report, you'll show that existing home sales are down 17.8%. Now that on the surface sounds like a huge negative on a national number. Anytime we have sales that are dropping close to 20%, that would be considered a negative. But when we factor in that inventories across the country are down by 50% or more, and we're only seeing a drop in sales of 17%, then actually the number is rather strong. When we dive in locally, so I'm going to bring in my region where I can actually get all the stats and all the particulars here. So I'm going to talk about South Jersey, which we're going to look at as comprising Burlington, Camden, and Gloucester counties. Now, at this exact time last year, we had 9,791 homes for sale. Currently, we have 3,552 homes for sale. That means our inventory is down by 64%. We only have 36% of the inventory we should have at this exact moment in time, which is our busiest buying season. This is it. This is the height of the spring market. The last Friday in June, the last Friday in July, those are our Black Fridays in real estate, right? Because everybody wants to go to settlement. School's out. We're going to closing, and we want to be in and settled during the summer before school starts up again. Obviously, the whole school thing has been thrown off this year because of COVID-19. So we're looking at 36% of our normal inventory. And when we look at what's going under contract, it's actually very strong compared to that inventory drop. So traditionally at this point, we should have 1,968 homes under contract. That's where we were at this point last year. Right now, we have 1,208 homes under contract. So that's a drop of 39% in sales, but that's put against a drop in 64% against inventory. So we have a large percentage of buyers that cannot secure or find a home, but we still have a large number of buyers that are purchasing those homes. Prices are going up. So last year's median sales price in Camden, Gloucester, and Burlington County in South Jersey was $206,000. Well, that's up 4.3% this year, and we're at $215,000. We're in an extreme seller's market due to this drastic reduction in inventory. Market accumulation has cut almost in half. Last month, we were at 2.8. This month, we're at 2.6. But this month, a year ago, we were at 5.1. So for anybody that doesn't know what market accumulation is, we'll explain that real quick to you. That's when we take a snapshot of that day of how many homes are currently for sale in any particular market or region. And we divide into that the number of average sales we do per month. So that tells us how many months of market accumulation we have sitting in inventory, how many months it'll take to sell everything that's in inventory right now. So traditionally, 6 is neutral. Anything below a 6 is a seller's market. Anything above a 6 is a buyer's market. So 5, we were right on the cusp. We were close to being a neutral market. But now at 2.6 and 2.8, we're on the seller side of that market. Now, this could all change, especially here in New Jersey over the next week as we start to reopen up and we get a large influx of inventory coming in. As I'm sure there are, just with my clients, and I'm sure every other agent in the country and in the region is going through the same thing. I have a large number of sellers who want to sell their home, but have been holding back on bringing that home to the market based off of COVID-19 and the market restrictions and social distancing. Maybe they had underlying health conditions. They were concerned about letting strangers in their house no matter what safety precautions we took. So as we start to open back up again, we're going to see that pent-up demand of sales, of listings, come on the market. So we're going to see a short wave of that 2.6 market accumulation swing the other way. And I would guess probably for a week, maybe 3 at the most, we are going to see a buyer's market. But that's going to change drastically because there's so much pent-up buyer demand because of that 64% drop in inventory that there's a lot of buyers sitting on the sidelines waiting to jump on those homes. So that inventory is going to disappear very quickly, and we're going to go back into a seller's market very quickly. We had a inventory issue prior to COVID-19. We've had it for the last couple years. It's been nationwide, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. We're going to continue to have a shortage of inventory because we have a increase in population occurring, but we cannot keep up with the demand when it comes to new construction. And that's due to numerous factors, from zoning requirements and government restrictions as far as density of the homes, to builders being able to obtain the tradesmen to do the work and build at a faster pace. And, when we're talking about New Jersey, right, we don't have a lot of land left here. We're a highly densely populated state. So there isn't large tracts of land left in the areas that people want to live, close to the city centers, close to public transportation, close to the trains and everything. So the only place the builders can build is to go further outside that envelope of where the buyers are looking for, which is also making it difficult. So we can't provide the inventory where people want it. So we're going to continue over, I would say, the next 5 to 7 years to have this inventory issue hanging over our heads. We take the lack of inventory and we factor into that the historical mortgage rates, and that's why we're seeing these huge bidding wars. Where 8 people are coming in, maybe 16 or more, and making offers on a single house on the first day. I mean, we're looking at interest rates on an FHA or a VA loan right around 2.75%. Put it in perspective, 4 years ago, I took out a 15-year loan and I was 2 7/8. Now a 30-year fixed with no points is 2 3/4%. This is beyond a historical low level for mortgage rates. We're at about 3 1/8 on a conventional loan with 20% down, and right around 3 3/8, 3.5 on a jumbo. So there's amazing interest rates out there, which are driving buyers to enter the market. And again, we have that lack of inventory. So if you're a buyer coming into the market right now, make sure your ducks are in a row. You have your pre-qual finished. You know exactly what you want, and you are ready to pull the trigger when you see the house you love. Because quite honestly, if it's priced right and it's in the right area, it won't be there 2 days later when you decide to put your offer in. You'll be in a bidding war. If you're a seller, right now is a great time to come on the market. Obviously, the lack of inventory makes you a one of one, makes you a scarce commodity, so your value goes up. That's probably going to change over the next month, but it'll be a short-term change. And we're swing back into a seller's market, but I don't believe we're going to be as extreme as we are right now. We're still seeing good price appreciation, obviously, at over 4% annualized. So it's a great time to jump in now because as a buyer, you don't want to pay 4% more this time next year, and you're going to have nowhere near these interest rates that we have today. So the market's strong, depending on what side of the table you're on. From a buyer standpoint, it's very difficult because there's not a lot to look at. From a seller standpoint, it's great because the buyers don't have a lot to look at. So we will bring you an update next week. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Enjoy our new normals as we start to open up and we can all go out to dinner and do other things and be around each other with social distancing and masks. And I hope you're safe, your family's safe. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's market update. If you would like any additional information, please contact us at Team Clyde Realtors on Instagram or Facebook, or you can send us an email at steven@teamclyde.com. Otherwise, we'll see you Tuesday for a look into the buyer's process.